woman coming to you tonight to kick it with y'all with my little PJs on. And I went and grabbed me some wine because I wanted to kick it with y'all on this Saturday night about some more P. Diddy and Aaron Hall. This shit just won't stop. You hear me? It just won't stop. Hold on. Give me a sip because I got some shit to share with y'all. I just have a question. I want to know how y'all feel about some stuff. Okay, first of all, we're going to talk about P. Diddy, ex-security guard, like bodyguard. I don't know all the names. So he was a bodyguard for Diddy back in the day. And he was eyewitness to a lot of beatings when it came to Cassie. They said one time he watched Diddy beat the blood out of Cassie. And he pretty much owned up to it. He was like, yeah, he was there. And he couldn't do anything because he was pretty much working for Diddy. But they were saying when you were a bodyguard, your obligation is to secure the area. So they trying to blame him, saying that he should be in trouble for allowing Diddy to beat the blood out of Cassie and didn't stop it. So I just want to know, what is y'all thoughts on that? If you hire somebody to be your bodyguard, or you hired to be a bodyguard, and you see your boss beating the blood out of a girl, what would you do? But see, from what he's saying is that he was afraid for his life too, because you know people disappear around Diddy. So it's like catch 2020. It's like you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. So now Cassie pretty much threw him under the bus too. You know, she named a lot of people, and he one of the people that she pretty much threw under the bus that he didn't help her. So the last couple days, I just been listening to all the stories and did a little research, and I'm like, how did she end up with Sean Puffy Combs when she was 19? Well, she was a student in college at the time, and she wanted to sing. She had already been on Broadway, model, GQ magazine. She had already did some things, right? And I didn't know she was signed to Diddy label. What happened was, I guess she met him. He wanted to sign her, and she was a college student. So one day he spoke on the phone, and he pretty much asked her to dinner, and she flew back to New York and went to dinner with him. And it went from there. She was 19, he was 37. And this is what a lot of women get mad at me about. They have selective hearing, for one. A lot of people mad at me because they have selective hearing. I never said she was not a victim. Never one time. I really believe Sean Puffy Combs did that stuff he did. I really, allegedly, he was beating Cassie. Allegedly. We wasn't there. But in my heart, I really believe he did it. What part y'all don't understand what I be saying is, it's a point in time in life you have to be responsible for your own destiny, your own life. You cannot put your life in somebody's hands and expect them to take care of your life. It's a time in life when you have to have discernment. No way under the sun should that 19-year-old girl been interested in a 37-year-old man. It's like, where do you draw the line? I know people want to make it famous, and that's the life, and this is Sean Puffy Combs. He can give you everything you dream of. Just think about it. If you ever wanted to be in the entertainment business, like for example, Diana Ross, she's known for effing her way to the top. I ain't never heard her say Berry Gordy and nobody did nothing to her, because she knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted to make it, and she did. She even had a baby by Berry Gordy, and she was a teenager. So y'all need to stop acting like a lot of these women did have a motive behind what they were doing, but it just didn't turn out right. Tina Turner pursued Ike. He was older than her. Do y'all not remember the movie? She went to the club where Ike was performing, stole her sister's dress to look older than what she was so she can perform for Ike Turner because everybody wanted Ike Turner. So she did that. She spent the night over there, and come to find out, I didn't know this about Tina. Do y'all know Tina Turner was staying in that house? See, they didn't tell the whole truth about that movie. She was staying in the house as a young artist, a teenager. Ike was still married to the other woman. You know, the one that dropped the kids off, say, I heard you playing daddy. They were married when Tina met him. She walked in and Tina was sleeping with Ike. So she was a teenager sleeping with a married man. They didn't say that in the movie. That's why I said, you got to be very careful of having selective hearing and believe everything you hear. Like, I'm going to talk about Aaron Hall for a minute. Aaron Hall is disgusting. You know what? I used to love Guy. I mean, I really love Guy, but that interview, it just can't get out my head. The way he was talking about his penis and grabbing women by the throat and taking their body and making them bleed. He is such a disgusting person. But his baby mama is a video vixen, and if I'm not mistaken, she's a porn star. I'm not sure. Her name is it VElez? VElez, her last name. Gloria. VElez. She started off with Luke Skywalker. I just heard her interview. She said she's trying to throw Luke Skywalker under the bus. He gonna be another black man that's about to be in the... Y'all just don't know how many black men are about to be in this shit that's going on right now. Y'all just don't know. What is sad, I want y'all to, for real, I want y'all to take yourself out of the equation. Whatever happened to you as a kid, blink that out your mind for a minute and walk with me to the 80s and 90s. Okay? Let's be real. Do y'all remember growing up in the 80s and 90s when you was a teenage girl? Did you not know any females that the old people used to call fast-tail ass little girls? You don't remember any females that used to sleep with everybody in school? You don't remember no females that used to go to the concerts and they was in and out of different rooms? You don't remember no females that liked the people, big brothers and daddies? I personally know females like that. You know, I had a big brother. I had a good-looking brother, cousins, all their friends. They used to be at my house. So my friends used to want to spend a night to be around my brother and his friends. They were my age. My brother 5 years older than me. And they used to tell me all the time, oh, I want to sleep with your brother. I'm like, girl, you crazy. My big brother, oh, my mama go kill you. They were young girls wanting to sleep with my brother and their friends. And I used to have to check them. Then one of the girls, when she turned 18, she met my brother again and she messed with him, and they have a daughter to this day. So she pursued him until they had a daughter. But she was of age at that time. But I know girls personally that did these things, like the Freaknique. See, I had the kind of mother. I couldn't go nowhere without my mom knowing who in that house. Actually, I just lied. I couldn't go to no sleepovers. Now, I'd go to a birthday party, but I was bringing my ass home. My mama didn't play that. People could stay a night with me, but I couldn't spend a night with them because my mother didn't trust nobody home besides her own. That's why when all my friends were going to Atlanta to the Freaknique, I never went. I couldn't go. Because she was like, what could y'all be doing in Atlanta as teenage girls at a party that they gonna be partying all weekend? What the heck y'all gonna be doing there? Did y'all see the big thing that the Freaknique coming out and all these older women and men was fighting against it? They didn't want to see the video. You know why? Because they were doing some Freaknique shit back then. They were sleeping and slinging. I used to hear the stories. When my friends come back, they used to tell me the stories. You know who else gonna end up in this indictment or whatever they call it? Mr. Keith Sweat. Let me tell you why I know Keith Sweat gonna end up in it. Let me tell you why. I went to school with girls who used to go to the Freaknique, teenage girls, and used to go to butt-naked pool parties at Keith Sweat house. Gerald Levert and all of them was there. See, it goes deeper than P. Diddy and R. Kelly. When all of them was talking about, oh, R. Kelly, I ain't listen to his music no more. Man, all them brothers some freaks. They all like little girls. Ever since I was a teenage girl, I remember the older dudes coming up to the school that graduated with my sister, and my sister 8 years older than me, scouting freshmen. They used to call us fresh meat. And guess what? They always caught a little freshie that fell in love with him, ended up going with him, had babies by him. You had to be a strong person to stay away from them kind of people, man. And I had that kind of mama that taught me better. I told y'all how we used to chase New Edition. I know how groupies get down. Go room to room sleeping with whoever they can so they can say, I slept with Bobby Brown, I slept with Ricky Bell. They just wanted that title. They just wanted to tell people. So be careful when y'all saying all these women are victims. Some people are. Because when someone say no, no means no. And Cassie definitely a victim. It went beyond saying no. He was beating the blood out this girl. Puffy need his ass whooped. I ain't even talking about Sean Puffy Combs. I'm talking about all this stuff that's coming out. Like Miss Van That, I can't say her last name, Gloria. Let's talk about Gloria real quick. Gloria started off with Luke Skywalker, y'all. She was 13 years old. Now, y'all know Uncle Luke is a freak from Miami. Uncle Luke is out there. He mad because she just got on the internet and said he turned her out. So he's pissed and was like, you better keep that energy directed to your baby daddy, which is Aaron Hall. Leave my name out of it. And she pretty much saying, Uncle Luke, you turned me out. I met you when I was in junior high school with 13. And she said to prove it, she showed the video. She's in the video at 13. And they said that she said they blinked out a lot of it because you couldn't show it on TV. But she was giving oral sex to grown men at 13. So Luke Skywalker is about to be in this crap in a minute because she already done named him. But let me tell y'all how she met Aaron Hall. Gloria is a Puerto Rican, I believe. She's Mexican or Puerto Rican. And the more I look at it now, it seems like they the target. You know, the high yellow mixed up J-Lo looking girls. It's like them the girls that they, you know, Cassie and all of them, they mixed up with something. Them the girls they chase, okay? Well, Gloria, she started off liking, is his name Damien? Aaron Hall brother? I think his name Damien. He was in the group. He was a drummer. She liked him. She went to the concert. Stuff all in my face. She went to the concert. She ended up hooking up with him, and her friend ended up hooking up with their cousin. Well, when they hooked up, they didn't have sex. She said they was dry humping, kissing, dry humping, or whatever. They never had sex, but she liked him. So she found out they were going to be in concert in Atlanta. Her and her girls went to Atlanta because she wanted to get with Damien. She really liked him. She said he was known to wear a baseball cap all the time, right? So she gets to the concert, and he spotted her. He had this big, tall, this is how she described him, big, tall, dark dude, call her out the audience. He directed her back to the hotel. Now, these are young girls. He separated her and her friend. I don't know where her friend went to, but he took her to a hotel. He took her down the hall. He took her to this room, told her to wait there. He comes back to the room. He hands her a drink, which is a no-no. You never let nobody hand you nothing that you're going to eat a drink and you didn't get it yourself. So she took the drink and she started feeling queasy. You know that date break drink. Yeah, so she started feeling queasy. She's everything started getting blurry and she just didn't feel like herself. Somebody knocks on the door, right? So she said she had to get on her tippy toes, so she was short, to look out the hole to see who it was. She seen a baseball cap. Damien known to wear a baseball cap. So she thinking, oh, he here. She opens the door. She can't hardly see because she's high from the drink. This black guy grabs her, choke her, pull her hair, throw her on the bed, tear her clothes off, and bang her brains out until the point she started bleeding. He ripped her to pieces. Okay? So she said when it was over, she goes to the bathroom and she tell him, I need some tampons. I think I started my cycle, but she was actually ripped. And she realized it wasn't Damien, it was Aaron. Yeah, it was Aaron. So what happened was Damien told his brother pretty much, I don't want the H. Go ahead, bro. See, this is what y'all don't understand with superstars. They really don't like you. They have different women everywhere they go. So most likely he had a woman in Atlanta. So he told his brother to go ahead and hit it. So he did all that. As soon as she said she needed tampons, the big dude that brought her to the room, he knocked on the door with a bag of tampons. Come to find out, Aaron is so well endowed, they claim he got a 12-piece, that they keep tampons and maxi pads around because this is what he do to women. So the dude was ready to hand her tampons because he knew that Aaron was going to damage her. Sick. And the dude that was working need to go to jail too. He needs to go to jail too, because you standing on standby with a bag of maxi pads. You know what this brother finna go in here and do to this girl. And you allow that because you getting some money? So I started thinking like, he raped her. I can't say rape. He R''d her. He R''d her. And she didn't do nothing. She didn't report it because back then I guess she didn't realize what it was. But then I said, wait a minute. How did she become his baby mama? Did she get pregnant that night? No, she didn't. She liked it. She started pretty much seeing Aaron all the time. They would have this kinky, crazy sex at different shows. She would follow him around until she got pregnant. And to this day, he addressed her as a B word. He dogs this woman out. He called her a trap B word. He said, I try to be nice because of my son, and I don't want my son to hate me. So I try to treat her right, but she's a H word. But she enjoyed being mutilated. And they said every time he had sex with her, he would do that to her. So I started thinking like, that's sick on her behalf. But then you got to go back. Rewind the clock. Luke Skywalker met her at 13 and had her giving oral sex to grown men in videos. Where was her mama? Where was her brother, her cousin, her daddy? That let me know that somebody didn't care about that little girl. That they didn't even know that these grown men was turning her out. Because I'm for sure, if she's running around behind Luke Skywalker and Aaron Hall and his brothers, she was missing days on end. This didn't just happen after school and she went home. So that means somebody didn't care about that child. And then I started thinking about the 80s and 90s. What was happening in the 80s and 90s? The Nino Brown era. Crack cocaine. It's a lot of crack babies out here. It's a lot of mothers back then was selling their bodies for crack. They would give oral sex in the backyard for a rock. So they was too busy getting high to worry about what their daughters were doing. So the kids pretty much, y'all heard what Jada said. See, y'all got to give Jada Pinkett a little break because Jada Pinkett mama was strung out on drugs half her life. Jada pretty much had to raise herself on the streets of Baltimore. So she had to get it how she got it. You know what I'm saying? So her mother was one of them women back then that she used to see laying up with different men, selling her body for for money. And Jada had to eat how she could eat. That's where her selling drugs came in at. And Jada probably had to sell her body too. Her mama probably even sold her body. So Jada got a lot of mental issues going on. And people wonder, what's wrong with Jada? Jada messed up. Her mama, you know what's sad? Her mama cleaned up now, but Jada's still damaged from what her mama did. And people ain't realizing that. Will Smith can't fix that. Only some help laying on a sofa and God can fix that. Just like with Gloria. She been turned out since she was 13. And I used to wonder why girls were so fast, because you know why? Sometimes that's all they know. That's their normal. No one's gonna love me unless I give them my body. My uncle used to take my body. This is what love is. So they believe this is normal. For example, and I want y'all to know this too, it's just as many male victims as there are females, especially in Hollywood. It's just that the men is too ashamed to talk about it. Storm Moreau said something. That's his, he's a YouTuber. He said something today that just disgusted me, but it's true. He said you would be surprised how many men wake up at them Hollywood parties and they have semen in their mouth and they behind tore to pieces and they don't know what happened to them. And they just clean themselves up and they go home and they keep it to themselves. They rape men at these parties non-stop. It ain't just the women, ladies. This is why I said you cannot put yourself in compromising positions. You cannot entrust your life with total strangers because you're cute. He like me. No, he don't. He want to turn you out, put you on drugs, and sell you into the damn sex trade in Hollywood. You become community property. You see what Aaron and his brother did? Just imagine how many women they did that to. He's so comfortable. He bragging about it all over YouTube, how he grab women and take the vagina. I take it. I punish them. I tear them to pieces. I make them bleed. Can't no woman hang with me. That's why ain't no woman got my last name yet. He wear that as a badge of honor, destroying a woman's body. And then nobody trying to stop this man. His own brother sitting there like it's normal. Instead of saying, bro, what are you doing? No, he gave him the girl. Here, take her. She a piece of trash. She didn't give it to me the first time. I don't want it now. And somebody said this, and I don't believe it. Because I don't remember Aaron Hall from Chicago. They said that's the group R. Kelly was in years ago. That ain't the same group, right? Public announcement, was Aaron Hall in that group? Because they was like, that's what we act like. They all act the same. They was in the same group. I don't think that's the same members. But they try to entwine that with R. Kelly and they all the same. You know what? It's Hollywood. And it ain't really just Hollywood. It's everyday life. Do y'all know how many young men I know who said they babysitter, a female, took their virginity? They mom left them with the babysitter and the babysitter raped them. Are them, I can't say that word, like R. Kelly's sister was supposed to be the reason he messed up because she used to make them stay inside and give her oral sex and stuff and they were little boys. Do you know how many men I know that said that happened with their big cousins? Women do it too. Men just don't talk about it. I'm going to give you a prime example of somebody that's famous that went through this, and he finally spoke on it. Pastor Donnie McClurkin. You don't believe me? Look it up. He said he was a gay man all his life because he thought it was normal. He thought that's what love was, giving his body to men, because every male just about in his family honored him. From cousins to uncles, they was just running through this little boy. Then he watched his little brother get hit by a car playing outside with him, his ball, and his little brother ran in front of a car and he was murdered. So that mentally messed him up. So all he knew was allowing a man to run through him. And he thought that was normal. He thought everybody else was messed up. And he got with the Winan family. Marvin Winan was his best friend, still his best friend, in Detroit, Michigan. For years, he said they would pray with him. They would cry with him. They was like, this is not who you are. God got something for you. God got a wife for you. Praying and praying and praying. I'm not saying this is what everybody should do. This is his story, okay? And he said one day he was delivered and he met a woman. And from my understanding, he's married to her to this day. And he said he realized he was living wrong because someone told him that was normal. He said, I wasn't born that way. I was made that way. So all his life, somebody that's supposed to love him and care for him, protect him, was destroying him. And I keep telling you, it's sad because it's not just Hollywood. I can go on story after story, even in my own family. You know, it never happened to me because my mother was not playing that. But I know family members who had babies by family members. And they kept it to themselves for years, and we didn't know for a long time. Half of you watching know what I'm talking about. And a lot of y'all are predators yourself. One of my son's mentors, good kid, man. He younger than me, but he older than my son. One day he gave me his testimony. He said, Miss Nina, you won't believe what I've been through. And I know his whole family. I'm like, we all went to the same church. I said, boy, you spoiled. He said, He said, my cousin argued me from age 5 to 13. What? I said, I don't even want to know who. And he told me who it was. I was outdone. His mother was about to shoot the cousin. But you know what? With black families, what they do? Shh, don't y'all be telling my business out there. Don't tell what Uncle such and such did. Don't you tell what your cousin did. We gonna leave that with God. Everybody gonna be talking about it. They keep them family secrets. And that kid is walking around to this day. He almost 40 years old. I call him a kid because he's a kid to me. Holding all that inside, even though the family know, he never released it. And that cousin, he didn't try to talk to me. He didn't try to talk to my oldest daughter. He got kids by folks. And you know the saddest part? He's married right now to a woman who has 2 little boys that's not his. She have no clue what he was doing to his little cousin. You better be careful, ladies, who you let in your house. You better be careful who you love and choose to be your stepdaddy to your kids. Because you have little boys don't mean they're not going to touch them little boys. It's some sick people in this world. And Diddy happened to be one of them. But it's a whole lot of R. Kellys out here. Y'all want to talk about R. Kelly? How old was Aaliyah when she was with Jay-Z? She was with Jay-Z before she met R. Kelly. Yeah, she was with Jay-Z. Go look at the pictures. How he hugged up on her Before they was passing little Aaliyah around like she was nothing. Because after that she was with R. Kelly, then she was with Dame Dash. They all cool. So they passing little Aaliyah around. And guess what? Her mama, I think, was her manager. And you know Gladys Knight was her auntie. Gladys Knight was married to her uncle. So where was all these people when Miss Little Aaliyah was getting passed around as a young girl when she married R. Kelly? Where was the parents? You know what? I realized this. When it comes to fame and money, it ain't no rules. I really believe the parents be putting their kids on these men. I'm not even joking, because I'm a mother. I'm the baby of my family. I know how mothers protect their little girls. There's no way your daughter is going all out running around with these grown men and you don't know nothing. Either you was getting high, you was laying up with Jody somewhere and not paying attention to your kids, or you telling her that's your way out. Get on him, he like you. It's only sex. I'm starting to really believe that these parents are selling their daughters to these superstars to help them get on. Have y'all ever heard Tyra Banks ever say that she went through that? Tyra Banks was a supermodel. Supermodel. But guess who was her manager and was there everywhere she went? Her mama. Her mama said Tyra Banks didn't go in no room, to no parties, to nothing without her. Her mama was right there because she knew she had this beautiful, tall stallion daughter, and these predators is coming after my daughter, and I'm going to be there waiting on their ass. Mama didn't play with Tyra Banks. This is why I said, If you was a teenager at the Freaknique, where was your mama at? It's a whole lot of stuff that happened. Y'all get ready for these stories on a daily basis. That's why this Diddy stuff is non-stop. And it ain't gonna stop. This is the fall. I'm gonna call this video the fall of Black Hollywood. The fall of Black Hollywood. You know, we can't even blame the man. I really want to blame the man for doing this. No, because our brothers know better. Our brothers should have more respect for us than that. It shouldn't be blamed on nobody but them. They should love their black sisters enough to say, I'm not going to do that to that little girl. I don't want to sleep with that baby. She's a baby. I'm just going to take some pictures with her and, you know, have fun with her. She's my little sister. Nah, y'all want to run through these girls and turn her out, then pass her on to your brother. That's messed up, man. It's messed up, but I've seen it for years because I used to run behind New Edition. I'm telling y'all, I've seen it. I've seen the girls come out their rooms. My friends were some of them. I just had the fear of God and my mama in me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But it's easy to be done. I've been in love with an older dude before. He was only like 4 years older than me. But I remember lying, saying I'm going over my girl house and I'm really going to his house. Girls do stuff. We put ourselves in them positions and then all of a sudden we caught up. And then they said, he raped you, but you cannot put yourself in them positions. And I know y'all gonna be like, you can't say that. Yes, you gotta have common sense to protect yourself at all times. Y'all better teach y'all little girls, no. Some don't sound right, don't look right. You don't drink behind nobody. You don't eat behind nobody. You don't go to these damn parties. You don't go nowhere without my permission, because these men out here arming people and people coming up missing and on drugs. Don't do it. You got to put the fear of God in your children. Stop being your kids' friends, because then you go end up seeing your baby on YouTube like Gloria saying somebody turned her out at 13. That ain't supposed to happen. 13-year-olds supposed to have memories of playing double dutch and Jackson with dolls. These girls don't do y'all know these little girls don't play with dolls and nothing else no more? They got the real dolls. Their goal is to have a baby nowadays. Listen to the music. It's sad. Y'all better start grabbing a hold of y'all kids, man. and making sure what they listening to, keep them off these little TikToks and all this stuff and going to parties. It's more girls out here stealing cars, acting like dudes than the dudes are. These little girls is out of control too, man. I'm telling y'all what I know. So be careful with your sons and your daughters. But the stories I've been hearing the last couple of days, I just cannot believe that our people doing that to each other. I'm going to give y'all one more story. I know this person. I can't say no names. He was on his way to the NFL. This was when I was like 18 years ago. He was on his way to the NFL. He was in the camp out in LA. So after practice, they can hang out like on the weekend. They all end up at Magic Johnson's house every weekend. Magic will have these parties, pool parties. Jasmine Guy, all of them was there. Everybody who was anybody was at Magic Johnson parties. People walking around butt naked, he said. Drugs was on every table in the house. Anything you want. Alcohol, sex, people in rooms, men in rooms with men. He said it was so demonic, it was scaring him. He was like, I don't know if I like this life. He said that Magic would say, allegedly, because I went there, allegedly. Magic Johnson would say, allegedly, give me a rainbow. And his security guard would go get a rainbow. You know what a rainbow is? A woman of every color and every color hair. I want a black one, I want a Spanish, I want a Chinese, I want a redhead, I want a blonde, I want a brunette. He come back with every flavor. And Magic would go up in the room with him. And this is the same year that he came out and said he had HIV. I think it was the 90s, 90, 91. So when he heard about it, he said he wasn't surprised. Because he said, I used to see him go in the rooms with rainbows. By the grace of God, he messed up his knee. And he did not end up in the NFL. And he said that's the best thing ever happened to him. Because he was not ready for that world. But he got a taste of it. And he was talking about how demonic it is. He said them parties is demonic. He said you can't even eat a strawberry because you may be eating sherms or something dipped in PCP. He said you can't eat nothing at them parties. You can't drink nothing. He says people that woke up and don't even know what happened to them at them parties. Hollywood, man, y'all better stay away from it. I'm telling y'all, they make you sacrifice your family members. You know, people disappear. Look at Puffy and Jay-Z and all these black billionaires that, you know how hard it was to get in Hollywood? Now you see not millionaires, you seeing billionaires. That should tell y'all something. Black billionaires that used to be gangbanger drug dealers on the streets and they billionaires now like Jay-Z. How? It's like, how? They didn't even want us to have no money. Now they're giving our black men billions of dollars. You know, because a lot of people sell their souls. A lot of people would sleep with donkeys. They would sleep with monkeys. They would sleep with somebody's wife while they video recorded. Sean Puffy Combs, if it's true, allegedly if it's true, he a sick brother. You a sick brother to be standing over in the corner getting off while somebody tearing this little girl to pieces and you get off on that? That's sick. Whoever liked that brother, you need to go get your mind checked because that's what you call a freak of nature. Puff, he a freak. Them some sick ass, but them the kind of people you stay away from. Them brothers in school used to be like, he crazy. He digging his nose and eat his boogers. That's just Puffy Combs. He was that little boy that used to do that. His daddy was a mobster. His daddy was a killer. So y'all don't think he got his daddy genes in him? People disappear with Puffy. This is why when they said, why nobody saved Cassie? Because they were scared. I didn't know he was that dangerous. I really didn't. I thought he was a little Cry, but you know what? I used to think Puffy was the good one and Suge Knight was the devil. I'm like, Puffy's so nice. And he just want big to make it, and he just talking about he want to be the last one standing. He about business. I thought Puff was about business. Maybe that's how he started. But then that Hollywood world took over. He made sure he got rid of Big, Pop, Suge Knight. Everybody got out of Puffy way. And he's the last one standing. Just like he said. But how long he gonna stand? Because I know my God. You know, you're not bigger than God, Puff. You might not run out of money, but you'll run out of mercy. Trust me. God will have the last say. And this is why a lot of them right now, y'all wonder what's going on. God is revealing the sheeps. He's revealing them. He's like, wolves in sheep clothing. That's what I meant to say. He's revealing the wolves in sheep clothing. God is pulling them off. He is mad. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. When God said, I don't like what's happening in Sodom and Gomorrah. And Abraham said, Father, what about all the good people? He said, unfortunately, the good got to die with the bad because the bad outweighs the good. He said, but my nephew Lot and his family is there, Father. What about my people? You got 24 hours to go get them. Matter of fact, I'm going to send my angels to protect them overnight. But in the morning, I'm destroying Sodom and Gomorrah because it ain't nothing but sin, sex, drugs. It's demonic, and I don't like it. And God came through there with fire, just destroying. He said, and the only rule is don't look back. So they running out of Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot, his daughters and his wife and their husbands, and they running. Their husband gets stuck in the storm. Their husbands die. The daughters just keep running because the rule was don't look back. And Lot's wife turned to look back, and she turned into a pillar of salt. Him and his daughter got out of Sodom and Gomorrah. And the moral to the story is, when God pull you out of something, and this is to all these women that's going back to the time when they was molested, living with Puffy, messing with Aaron Hall, that demonic life. When God pull you out of that, and you made it, you a survivor, girl. You didn't die in that mess. Why you looking back? See, this is what y'all don't understand. Why are you looking back, Cassandra, Cassie? Why are you looking back looking for some money when God saved you? You playing with the devil now because God pulled you out of that world. He gave you a good husband. He gave you 2 kids. He saved your life, and you look back? You didn't dug up some stuff God took you out of. That's like Lot. You would turn into a pillar of salt. You would destroy yourself. When God said, I pull you out, don't look back, that means don't look back. You could have kept living your life, prayed about it, got some healing, and just kept living. I know y'all saying, well, he need to be exposed. Not on my expense, he don't. That's how I would have felt. Oh, no, I would not relive that life. I would not open that demon again. That's a demon. God delivered me from that demon, Sean Puffy Combs. You think I'm going to talk about that? That's going to my grave with me. That's how I would have felt. Y'all see, the Bible stories mean something. When God say, don't look back, Gloria, what you digging back for? You made it out and you got your life. Do you know how many people died? Look at Kim Porter. She didn't make it out. And several other people didn't make it out. You should just be happy that you made it out. Leave the devil money alone. That devil money would destroy you. Okay, Cassie, you said Sean Puffy Combs the devil. Why do you want the devil's money? Answer that. Why? What that's gonna do for you? Is that gonna change all the beatings, all the freak shit that you had to do, all the mental abuse? Is that gonna change anything? No. All you did is dug up some demons that one day your children gonna be watching YouTube and they gonna hear what their mama went through. I wouldn't have never wanted my kids to even know that. That would have went to my grave with me. And then what people don't understand, when you got somebody new in your life, even though he was Sean Puffy Combs' security guard, he know a lot, but it's a lot he didn't know. When you start telling people every detail of your life, you teaching them how to treat you. So she may have messed up her marriage. Because just think that white guy is hearing how all these big black mandingos swinging 12 pieces was running through his wife. Just think about what his family gonna think. Just think one day when he mad, what he might say to her. Some stuff you just should be left between you and God. And I'm not saying she's wrong for sharing her truth. I'm just saying everything ain't for everybody. That was not for the world to hear. It just wasn't. I wouldn't have dragged myself back through that misery. Opening, that's like opening up the womb back open. You just cut it back open. You have to relive all the stuff that you went through back then. Not only that, you jeopardizing your husband's life and your children. Because what is everybody saying? Diddy is a killer. This man gets rid of people. He hang people over balconies. His daddy, who does he used to work for? The Lucas man. Remember Denzel played in that movie? His daddy used to work for that man. This is a serious dude, y'all, like the mafia. He was handed down this life. I wouldn't have done it. When God say run, don't look back and I'm going to save you, you better not look back. Now, if you want to press charges, go down to the police department, talk to the prosecutor, pursue charges, and let that be. If they say no charges, pray about it and keep it moving. Time heals all wounds. But there's no way in the world I would have got on national TV and got to say what happened to me in 1989. Ain't no way. Especially when I got kids now, I have grandkids. I'm living my life now. I'm a different person. I'm not doing that, man. That's like somebody just getting on national TV saying, I used to be a drug addict, crackhead. I used to just sell my body, suck penis. I mean, some people say that when they're a speaker, they do a motivational speaking or they counseling other people that's been there and they trying to help them get to where they are. They do share their testimony. They call it testimony. But this is not a testimony. This is vengeance. And God said, vengeance is mine, the Lord said. See, that's vengeance. And sometimes you tamper with God's business, it don't turn out right for you. Let God be God. He don't need your help, Cassie. He don't need you to punish Sean Puffy Combs. He already got that under control. He don't need you to Cassandra, what's her name? Gloria, to punish Aaron Hall. He already got that. Stay out of God's business. I know y'all be like, you be bringing God and everything. I got to bring God and everything because this is a demonic world. This is a demonic business. Hollywood is demonic. You got to constantly talk about God to keep yourself covered because, oh my goodness, if you don't, those spirits can jump through this computer and be in your home. I'm telling you what I know. You got to stay prayed up watching YouTube. You got to stay prayed up giving these stories because the devil is lurking. He out here, man. This stuff is real. This some real deal. If you ain't got God in your life, something wrong with you. You're not going to make it. You know why? I made it through being a teenager, and I did go to the Freaknique. I wasn't molested. I never smoked dope. I'm not a drinker. I got me some wine tonight, and I barely can finish that. Because I had a praying mama and daddy. I was raised in church. I didn't have a choice but to go to church every Sunday. They taught me who God was, and they put the fear of God in with me. They left me on how to feed myself with try to fish and the fear of God. And that's how I survived without them. Because they left that with me. And these kids nowadays don't even know who God is. They don't even know what prayer is. I asked my son friend, did he know what an usher was? He told me he was the singer. These kids never even been to church. It's sad. But I'm going to read some of y'all comments because I need to know what y'all really, I mean, for real, for real. Let me put on my, y'all know I can't see. Let me put on my glasses. I need to know what y'all think about what's going on, man. Let's see. Let's read. Let's read. What's up with y'all tonight? Let's talk about it, Marie. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Rebecca. Loving life choices. Loving life, choices and decisions. Heck yeah, James. What's up, James? Hey, Miss Nina. Always enjoy your content. Keep on doing what you're doing. Oh, matter of fact, while y'all sitting here, could y'all push like? Could y'all go ahead? I see I got 27 likes. I need 3 more. It's 30 in the house. People probably sleep, but they probably partying. They at the club. They out there doing the Sodom and Gomorrah right now. You know, they ain't thinking about no YouTube. Keep on doing what you're doing. The 313. Detroit is always in the house. I love Detroit. Ruby Johnson, hello everyone. Hi, Miss Ruby, welcome. Common Sense, hello. Host and chat. Hey, what's up? Loving life, same here. My mama and daddy were boot camp. Girl, my sister got pregnant at 16 and my mama taught, man, you would have thought she was in major pain boot camp. That's why I was no teen mama. I said, ain't no way in the heck I'm having no baby at 16. That was my mama. Stephen O'Neill. Good evening, Nina. James Blackburn. No, not the group, Nina. Not what? Oh, okay. I didn't think so. People were saying that's the same group. I said, no, that ain't the same group. Miss Lorraine, Miss Lorraine. Hi, mamas. Yeah. Okay, Mark. Hello, Nina. Love your content. Thank you, Lisa. Hello. Yeah, thank you all. I try to talk about what's going on, and it's so crazy, man. It's just sad that our people going through what we going through. It breaks my heart. I don't get no gratification, none, by watching Puffy, Aaron Hall, or any of them go down the drain. R. Kelly, I don't get no gratification from that. It's people celebrating their demise. I just don't have that kind of heart. Even though they gotta pay. They gotta pay. But do I get gratification by seeing somebody's life being destroyed? No. I feel bad. My phone about to die in a minute. I feel bad. Because somewhere in life, somebody let them down. Sean Puffy Combs doing the things he doing. Frank Lucas, that's his name. That's who his daddy used to work for. Sean Puffy Combs doing what he's doing. You know why? Because that's all he know. We can't expect a handicapped person that's in a wheelchair to get up and walk, and he's mentally handicapped, even though he's a billionaire. He's mentally disabled. You cannot have sense, common sense, and be a logical person to beat the blood out of women and get off by watching a man mutilate them. You gotta be sick in the head. Do y'all know Lauren London? Lauren London, sister, Capricorn, was Puffy assistant for like 10 years. I thought it was Kim Porter's sister they were talking about that Puffy fired. It was Lauren London's sister. She is Cassie's best friend. Lauren London and Cassie was like this, okay? They stopped being friends because, you know, when you with an abuser, the first thing they do is separate you from family and friends so they can have that power over you. So they stopped being friends. Her sister starts seeing all this stuff. Well, her sister started telling Cassie pretty much, it ain't that much money in the world, girl, to let him keep doing that to you. Do y'all know he beat Lauren London's sister almost to death, allegedly? They say he beat the flesh off this girl bones and almost killed her. Then he fired her and spread it all over Hollywood that she stole from him, that she was a thief. So when nobody else hired her, he pretty much destroyed Capricorn in Hollywood because she was trying to get Cassie out of that life. And she said to this day, Cassie chose to stay when she left. Choices and decisions. And what did Cassie say? If I would have left, my career would have been over. Is money that important and fame that you go sell your soul to the devil? That's why I love Black China. You know what? Life is not how you start, it's how you finish. Black China was a mug, and she from a mother that's crazy as a Betsy bug. That lady got issues. She don't even like her own daughter. Black China decided, I'm done, Father God. I want to live for you. She took the tattoos off. She took the wigs off, the lashes. She reversed some of the surgeries. She took her OnlyFans down. This girl was a multi-millionaire on OnlyFans. She left all that money behind. She got baptized. She said, I do not want my kids to be in the world that I was in. I refuse to do that. I'm running to God. You see her now, she's like a whole different woman. Money wasn't that important. But see, to a lot of other people, it is. But if you make that choice and that decision, you better be ready to deal with it. But this is your girl, Nina, from Unbreakable Strong Woman. It's messed up, y'all. And get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Back in the day, 80s and 90s singing groups, y'all about to see all of them hit YouTube. I'm telling y'all, I see it coming. All them groups, because all them guys in them groups, because you know back then we had love music. Everybody, them baby making music. Those guys finna get exposed. You go see some groups that you forgot all about. Go hit YouTube and hit the news for touching women, ironing women, running through women. It's about to come out. T-Love, hey sis. How's everyone tonight? We good? We good. Good evening, Nina. Hey, how you doing? It's extremely amazing night tonight. We survivors. Yes. And I want to say this. Hey, Lisa. Who was that at first? Amazing Tribe. Hey, Lisa. I was raised in the church. My dad was a deacon. Okay. Prayer parents. Yes, yes. Amazing Tribe. Hello, ladies. To anybody that know anyone who's been through what Cassie went through or going through, even a man, love on them. Ask your children questions. Do y'all know my kids had a cold word? If you, my children right now is 32, 29, 24, and 17. I have 4, and I got 4 grandbabies and one on the way. Anybody walk up to my children right now and say, what's the code word? They still remember their code word. And I can't share it with everybody. But I had a code word for my children. See, people don't think like this. See, I was paranoid with my kids. I didn't play with mine. No one can pick them up from school unless they knew that code word. And every day I would add a number to the code word because I didn't want the same person to come back the next day and say, your mama sent me this the code word. Well, what's the number today? I'm telling you, I didn't play with my kids. Till one day, my mom went up there to get him, and my sarcastic oldest daughter asked my mama what was the code word, and she said, "If you don't get your ass in this car." My mama was gonna beat the dog crap out my daughter, but she's like, "Granny, I can't go with you without the code word." But I didn't play with my kids. And you know what else I would do? Every night, I would sit and talk to my children. We have good conversation. Anybody touch you? Did anybody threaten you? My kids was tattletales. I had the kind of kids, and you couldn't threaten my kids and you touch them and say, "Your mama said what happened to your mama." She's like, my kids were like, "My mama gonna kill you, and I'm gonna go tell right now." My kids would tell. I made it comfortable to be tattletales. Tell everything. Somebody talk to you stupid, tell it. I'm not playing. And I was the same way growing up. Teach your kids they can be comfortable with you. Because you'll be amazed how many of these little girls get argued on a daily basis and their innocence taken away. And then one day you hear about it at the family reunion. "Where was you at, mama, when such and such was touching me?" And you like, what? Talk to your children. Don't let your kids go to these concerts without you. See, when I was going to Running Behind New Edition, we always had a chaperone. But see, what my mama didn't know was my sister-in-law was only like 4 years older than me, if that. We always picked her. We played my mama. Let me tell you how we played the old folks. I used to be like, "Mama, we want a chaperone with anybody but that. We don't want her to be our chaperone. She too strict." And that's what she would send with us. And she wasn't strict at all. As long as we weren't bothering her, she didn't care what we was in the hotel doing. So we always would have a chaperone. We had the room, we had the food, we up and down hallways. We running buck wild as teenagers, man. But I was the one always saying, "Y'all, don't go in that room. You better come out of." My friend knocked on one of New Edition doors to check him about another friend that he was mean to. I ain't gonna get no names. He looked at my friend and said, "Come in." She go in the room. I'm thinking she finna tell him off. She was in the room over an hour. She came out and she was like, "I thought I liked this such and such, but I like that member." I'm like, "You slept with him too?" I'm telling you, man. Back in the 80s and 90s, people was getting it in. Now everybody coming out. And that's sad because to me, there was the good old days. I heard Storm Monroe say, "How was it good when women didn't have rights?" Husbands can rape their wives back then because, 93, that changed. You cannot take your wife's body. It's against the law. But back then, wife didn't have no say-so about the husbands. And women really didn't know what R was. They thought it was normal, or man did something to you. They just told their friends and they kept it to themselves. But to me, that was the good old days because it was innocent. The boys used to fist fight and be friends on Monday. They weren't killing each other. So to me, them was the good days. It's just so bad now. Signs of the time is Revelations. It's in the Bible. Pray. That's all I can say. But it's your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Push like. Could y'all please push like? Could y'all please share my videos? Could y'all please push the bell so y'all know when I go live? Share and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to bring awareness the best I can. I'm trying to bring the stories that y'all need to hear. But I hope that y'all take what I say and don't have selective hearing, because a lot of people have selective hearing. Someone tried to tell me I was on Sean Puffy Combs' side. Are you kidding me? Because I said women got to take responsibility for their own life. You do. Why would you put your life in Sean Puffy Combs' hands? This nutcase, he don't even love himself. How the heck you gonna trust him with your life? How you gonna make this nut your man? Man, come on, man. Just think what I'm saying. I'm not going against these women. They're victims. They're victims. But you gotta think, ladies. Do not put yourself in compromising positions to be victimized. Get you some mace. I'm gonna start selling self-defense stuff on my channel. For real. Because it's things that you can carry around. You can carry something look like this. People think, them just her ear pods. This a taser. You know what I'm saying? You have something. Because there's some predators out here. You gotta always be ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. But this your girl, Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. I done said this 3 or 4 times because I think the wine is talking. You hear me? And I have on my pajamas and my scarf on my head, looking like my big sister. And I got a weak eye, y'all. And every time I'm sick, my eye just be about that. So, so excuse me. But I had to get on here tonight and talk about this mess. And I know I'll be back tomorrow. Because I know when I leave off here right now and I go in my room and cut on YouTube, it's going to be another dang on R&B singer from the 80s and 90s that didn't hit the dang on news. Whoo, they better not mess with my boys, though. Now, I'm telling you, they better mess with my boys, New Edition. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Thanks for listening. Share, push like. All right. Love you all. Bye.